Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a new archetype. Ooh, this archetype guys, Dragontail. It's an archetype that was revealed earlier today, let's try it out. It has potential, it definitely has potential. I'm honest, when I first read these cards I was like, generic, you know, they have a Stratos, a Searcher, you know, a Rota, a Branded Fusion, but a little bit differently, and more generic stuff. But the thing is that all of these cards have like 2 to 3 effects, and all of their effects are fantastic. And they have graveyard effects, etc. So these are really good. And most of the cards also have like a beneficial effect that give you an advantage going second. And that's something I heavily like. Not as in, you know, Konami creating generic stuff like Maxif, Walos, that if in case you're going second you have those broken cards. No. Go for your archetypes, give them those nifty, not too overpoweredly effects. And, you know, potentially going second as well, you have those incapable in-archetype potential combos you can go to. So it's obviously a fusion-based archetype. The level 4 is a Stratos. They have a Misk, a quick discard to fusion summon. The gimmick of the archetype is that you need to use at least for both fusions one monster from hand. That can be a hand trap, so that's important, a generic monster, but the other material needs to be a Dragontail monster. That can be from field, can be from hand. So again, super generic and super easy to get on field. Alright, so the 2 fusions, the level 7 is basically a popper whenever you activate one of your Dragontail cards. They have 2 traps, plus the other level 8 one is a bouncer. When summoned, and depending on how many monsters you use from hand, you can bounce from field and from graveyard. So very similar to Firewall Dragon, you're able to, you know, get those resources or hand traps from your graveyard back to your hand. The 2 traps are fantastic. This one, the Tail Flame, is a spell or trap negator, negates a face-up spell and trap, or trap, and that's the gimmick of this archetype, and that's, you know, one of those beneficial effects that I talked about before. If you use the trap, one of the traps, you can send back one of your Dragontail cards, looking at the Branded Fusion for example, send it back to the bottom of the deck to draw one. Fantastic, so you negate something, send something back to the deck, plus draw one, potentially hand traps. Insane. So again, really beneficial for this particular archetype. What else? So both fusions have the effect that, when they are already in the graveyard and you send 2 monsters at least from your field or deck or whatever or hand to the graveyard, you can reborn them. But, you know, they're banished whenever they leave the field after this. So this is level 4. Basically searches. Another nifty effect is the Rota, this one, the Searcher. Not alone searches something, but as soon as your opponent controls a monster, it's also a polymerization. So another beneficial effect that whenever you're going second, it's not only a Rota, but it's also a built-in polymerization. So again, fantastic. I paired it up with Dragonmaids, based archetype, and both archetypes blend in super well. So here, instead of committing the level 7 to the field, because level 7 is the one you want to go for first, I feel, because that one has a beneficial effect when reborn, right? While this one, the one that bounces back from graveyard or on field, right? Whenever that's reborn, it doesn't do anything. It's just a brick, linked material basically. So we force out the first hand trap. We dig for the second one. With one of the Dragonmaids, there was no answer, so we go for Little Knight. Little Knight is definitely the superior play to dodge a nip, for example. And again, generic Dragonmaid plays, go for the new one, special summon Dragonmaid from deck, send the trap, again, potentially, make you safe for nip or hand traps. Then go for the level 7 fusion, whenever I activate a Dragon tail card, trap for example, I can pop a card, they have nip. So this perfectly showcases the power. So we, Little Knight do dodge, right? Because again, monsters were sent to the graveyard. I would have been able to reborn the level 8 fusion, but we need the space. During their draw phase, reborn the Dragonmaid, it will get bounced back during the end phase. A special summon the level 4, fusion summon during standby phase for the Omni negation. Alright. What is it? Shoo. Even through Nip. So 2 hand traps, including Nip. In the battle phase, we use Horn. Horn bounces a face-up attack position monster. That can be your own Dragonmaids as well. So, potentially trigger your house Dragonmaid. But here, very crucial, we bounce their Nip. And then pop, because again, we have the level 7 fusion. And then, let's see, and then send the Branded Fusion back to draw one, potentially drawing hand traps. If we indeed negate the cross out, so we can special summon House Dragonmaid. There's only 2 cards left, and we still have Little Knight, we still have Veiler. So we Veiler, yeah, the Rizel. Let's see if there's a follow-up play. Yeah, Typhon is hitting the field. This is fine. Typhon can banish upon resolution. So we chain Little Knight because, again, we want to preserve my Dragonmaid. And now the opponent is faced with a tough deal. Either they bounce back Shu, Omni Negation for next turn, or the level 7 Dragontail. And obviously they're going to bounce the Shu. So, and now we should be able to attack for a game. So go for another Dragonmaid one, special summon the last one from deck. This is nifty. Definitely main this one, I guess, for big boss monsters from your opponent. Underworld the Goddess, Reborn, because again, at least 2 monsters were sent to the graveyard. It's basically a free Reborn, and we attack for a game. So really, really nice. Again, you see the potential and those nifty, like small beneficial effect that maybe you would overlook in the beginning, but when you're eventually playtesting the deck, this is also so nifty. So again, the Misk chain, fusion summon, basically a quick play polymerization, including on field with at least 1 monster in hand. That can be any monster, can be a hand trap as well, worst case scenario. So we again go for the bouncer. We bounce back, I don't know, what did I bounce back? God, I forgot it. Anyway, so we get Parlor on field, Dragonmaid, go for Dragonmaid combo. For a while, this is not going to resolve. Use Ash, this is fine, because now we could potentially get Ash back with the level 8 fusion during their turn, because I already used the level 8. And here I go for Masquerina, I think. But in hindsight, this is not the correct play. Again, because of Nip, definitely go for Little Knight. So we use the Brandon Fusion. Again, we can use a monster from deck, but as the fusion stated, you need to use a monster from hand. It's not like Brandon Fusion. So you can use one from deck, but you have to use one from hand. Anyway, but that locks you into fusions for the rest of the entire turn. So do your plays first, and then go for the fusion summon. Here, I think I was able... Yeah, indeed, I reborned my level 8. Basically a brick, a vanilla, because it doesn't do anything. But here in this case, it's just... what is it? Little Knight fodder. Masquerina into Little Knight. So this is fantastic, right? The bluff, we are taking the bluff, negating and popping. Tag out for House Dragonmaid. And now we use Quick Play Fusion, I think. Yeah, this will trigger the level 7 to pop the face down, because it wasn't chained, so it's definitely not a trap. It's called Sark, which makes sense. Could make sense. We fusion summon for the level bouncer, right? So we bounce back, and I think I used 1 monster from hand, so we can bounce back 1 monster, either from field or grave, and we take back Ash. And we search Rhoda for next turn. You're setting up for next turn as well. Sick. And keep in mind, I think I have both traps. 1 Omni Negation, well, 1 spell trap negation, including a draw. Send back Brandon Fusion to the bottom to draw 1. I still have my Compulse to potentially hit, or trigger House Dragonmaid, and so on. Ah, this is so sick. But now, okay, going first, we get it. The thing is that, as I mentioned before, even with the deck has access to a lot of hand traps, not that many, but that's because of the Dragonmaid package. Looking at Kashtira, again, there's many options. There are many options. But going second, and of course with the built-in nifty effects of the Archetype, you have a lot of potential, right? Especially going second. And that gives me hope for this particular Archetype. So this hand, it's an iffy hand. The thing is that your Rota, I have my Rota hand, right, to search, and your opponent is definitely controlling a monster when they go first. You could potentially make it a polymerization as well, but the problem is that it's ashable, so Ash is really a big one here in this. If they have Ash, it's game over. So we discard the Dragonmaid, basically an Imperm here in this case, but they will just Reborn Detonator, that's fine. And now I think we have to take the bait. If it's Ash, then game over, no Ash. So Surge level 4 and Fusion Summon directly. I think we're going for the level 7? Yeah. So whenever I activate something, I can pop. This could force out Detonator, yeah, because, they want to get rid of the big beat stick, but look at this. Because the orange was used, forgot the name, you can eventually, upon resolution, destroy a spell and trap, get rid of their Imperm, and, same, because of orange was sent to the graveyard, you can set a dragon, spell or trap, Set the Branded Fusion. Cannot use Patchwork, sadly. Well, I can, but you know that will trigger Detonator, so we're not going to do that. So Branded Fusion for the Bouncer. Dremel, the level 7 Engraver, is going to Reborn, etc. So this forces our Detonator and Veiler as well to prevent the bounces or get stuff back from the graveyard, which could make sense, depending on the last 2 cards in hand. So we Reborn the level 7. Again, whenever I use one of my Dragontail cards or effects, I can pop something on field. So let's see, we set Horn, that's the Compulse, and we set the Flame, so a Spell and Trap Negator. Plus, both of them, when used, it basically upstart as well. Full Wilds is fine, because we're basically done. So Reborn, oh, this is cool. Because I had the green one in Graveyard, one of my fusions was destroyed. That will trigger green, reborning a non-fusion Dragontail card. And I reborn my Stratos, so Stratos will trigger, etc. I was like, I can go for a game, because again, the quick play, fusion summon, etc. So we normal summon the, what was it, I forgot, and try to push for a game. They have Nip. This is fine, we can get our stuff back. This is going second against full, Ryzel. We are definitely negating the Fiendsmith package, and now Typhon is fine. We can just bounce that one, right? Send a Branded Fusion to draw one, and then they will pass. We can go for the big fusion summon. Probably go for the... Okay, level 7. Yeah, okay, that's fine-ish. Probably should have gone, or yeah, for the level 8 maybe to get some bounces back. Anyway, so draw the Reborner for Dragonmaid, and yeah, we can go for full combo, and this is more than enough. So this archetype definitely has potential. Sure, maybe not the correct build, but all of those beneficial effects, all of their multiple effects are fantastic, and those nifty effects, letting the archetype go second, makes me think that this is definitely a good and solid archetype. But I think we are missing still one card for this archetype. I don't know what to expect. Quick play fusion, field spell maybe. We'll see. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace.